I've had the luxury of being a police chief and a sheriff. When you're a police chief, you're kind of, you have to respond to the mayor, to the city council people. Each councilman wants something done in their area. If you want to deploy resources, or you want to enhance a neighborhood, or you want to deploy resources, you kind of, got to get with the mayor, and then you got to get the funding, and then there's a lot of red tape and it's labor intensive. As the sheriff, you don't respond to the county commission, you don't respond to a mayor. You deal with them, but your boss are the people. And if you see a problem in a neighborhood, or you have to deploy your resources, or you have to divert some money in your budget to an immediate necessary need, you have the ability to do that. You don't have to go ask somebody's permission. You don't have to go get a consensus from the county commission or the mayor. You can do what you need to do to resolve that problem. And that's a very, very positive thing for a sheriff to be able to do. If I see a problem in a neighborhood where the drug dealing is very, very bad and I need to shift resources to that area, I don't have to worry about some commissioner calling me and say, well, why did you move the deputies out of my area? Or why didn't they stay in this particular place? I can address the problem, then put them back where I need to put them. So I can affect the quality of life of somebody in their neighborhoods pretty significantly just by doing the right thing and deploying the resources, and I don't have to worry about the political correctness or the political atmosphere to do it. I started in law enforcement in 1970 when I came out of the Marines, and that's the only job I've had since then. I started in West Palm as a patrolman, worked my way to be the chief of police, first one to do that in the history of the agency. Was a police chief from 1996 to 2004 when I got talked into running for sheriff. I retired, ran for office, won that election, and now I just got elected to my 4th term as sheriff of Palm Beach County. In today's atmosphere, what we're dealing with is, of course, the opioid epidemic with people dying of overdoses. It's bigger than we've ever seen. Once we got a handle on the pill mills, then they turned to heroin. And now heroin is being ramped up with fentanyl, is like putting jet fuel in your car. It's horrendous of what's happening. And of course, the mental health issue with dealing with mental health. We actually started a behavioral sciences unit in Palm Beach County, where we have mental health professionals that we hire to team up with deputies that either have master's or doctor's degrees in sociology or mental health, and they form teams, and then we try to go out and get on the front side of the mental health issues, because we handle 10 to 12 mental health calls a day. Some of them are violent, some of them are non-violent, but we use these units to try to de-escalate the situations rather than have to deal with them in violent situations. Most sheriffs in bigger counties are, and even in the smaller counties, they're the biggest mental health provider. The state is way behind in providing mental health. I have 90 bids in the jail that are constantly full, but I treat about 400 of the inmates a day with psychotropic drugs. That's a huge expense. So we're dealing with that mental health issue in a lot of different ways. Now I have the President of the United States that comes to his place at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach County. In fact, he's coming on February the 3rd, but he'll be making regular visits there. So that's a huge responsibility that we took on along with the Secret Service, because we're the lead agency on personal protection for him along with the Secret Service. So it's impacting our budget significantly. He's been here 2 times, and I'm already pretty close to $1 million upside down on money that I didn't budget for overtime and protection. So we think we're going to get it back. We're waiting for the mechanism on what the funding is going to be, but it's a huge impact because he's going to be coming here a lot. So we're having to deal with that along with everything else.